Hey everybody, here's my video about my fly fishing trip up to the Sierras this past summer. We took the 395 up through Mammoth Lakes and hit the San Joaquin River. San Joaquin River is situated kind of in between Yosemite, Inyo, and the Sierra National Forest. Specifically, we hit the Middle Fork. I hired a guide by the name of Steve Osterman, who's a longtime resident of the Sierra area. He's been fly fishing and a guide for 30 years. He took me up on the fork and we hit the Ansel Wilderness area and hiked about a quarter mile up until we saw a walking bridge. He said there was about 2 or 3 great pools that we could cast my fly out to in hopes of getting a fish today. I had some specific requests for Steve. Fly fishing down in Southern California and kind of only doing it in lakes and slow-moving creeks. I only used wet flies, streamers, and midges. For this particular trip, I really wanted him to show me how to catch fish on a dry fly. So he gave me some pointers on a Parachute Adams, size number 16 specifically. We worked on a couple of moves regarding my cast and my mends, and he told me to have at it. Spent a lot of time kind of traversing and analyzing the water. He's very good at identifying areas that are known as seams in the river. Seams are where the fast-moving river meets the slow-moving river, and that's where the trout like to kind of sit and hide while the fast-moving food kind of floats by. So we found about 3 or 4 points that we kind of stopped at and pitched my fly out to. Had a pretty successful day. All in all, caught 3 fish on a dry fly, which is fun for me because once again I had never caught anything on a dry fly before. Having a fly guide is kind of like having a golf caddy. Kind of tells you what your yardage is and what club to use. Here he's kind of pointing out exactly where the seam is, where I should probably get my fly to. He kept mentioning, hey, there's this one rock. If you get your fly behind that rock, he almost guaranteed that there'd be a strike. Lo and behold, I got my Parachute Adams to that particular rock and boom! Caught a nice little rainbow trout on this particular strike. It was the final catch of the day. It's really small. It was, I think, 9 inches, nothing more than that. Certainly not kind of the big stuff that you would see on the Skagit or the Columbia rivers or anything like that. But keeping in mind this is California and how small the trout get. But it was a wild trout. It was native. It was great. I caught 3 different wild trout. A brook, a brown, and a rainbow on this particular fly outing. And as is Steve's custom, we would catch and release everything today because this is his livelihood and he wants to be able to catch these guys again and watch them grow and wants the river to keep nurturing. So we ended off on a high note with that final catch, and I can't say enough how great Steve Osterman was. And here's a picture of my selfie of my first catch of the day. Hope you enjoyed my video.